Morning everyone. Today we're going to be pulling together all the different learning on percentages that we've done this week and using it to make comparisons. Now, I've started several of the lessons this week with my hook as would you rather, but today you're going to be doing the comparisons yourselves. So let's get you started. Would you rather pay 27% of £80 or 37% of £60? I want you to pause me. Do your own little calculations, think about how you're going to answer this question, and then come back to me when you're done and see if we agree. Off you go. Right, let's see if we agree on how we're going to do this. So before we can make any comparison, we need to know the value of both of these terms. So 27% of £80 and 37% of £60. Now remember, when you're finding a percentage, you are finding a fraction, you're finding a part of an amount. So if you start off with an amount of money, when you found the percentage, it will still be an amount of money, okay? If it's less than 100%, it will be a smaller amount of money because we're finding a part. It will never be a percentage, your answer. The percentage is purely a fraction. So let's start off. The first one, 27% of 80. I'm not going to put my pounds in yet because it just makes more to write, but we'll make sure our answer has that if we're writing an answer. So what do we know? Well, I don't know what 27% is, but I know that 10% is worth 8. Notice I can't put an equal sign in here because it's not equal to 8. 10% of 80 is equal to 8, but I'm avoiding writing that. I'm just doing my own little jotting. So if I just put a little arrow, that's what I mean. And if I know that 10% of 80 is 8, what else am I going to need to make this 27? Well, I could use 2 10s. I could use a 5 and I could use 2 1s, or I could just use 2 10s plus 7 1s. So let's go for that. 1% is going to be 10 times smaller than 8, so 0.8, but I know my 8 times table, so that's not a problem. So 27%, if 10% is 8, then 20% will be 16. And if 1% is 0.8, 7% will be 7 times that. 7 8s are 56, 10 times smaller, 5.6. I'm running out of room on the edge of the page. Okay, so I can see if I add the 20 and the 7, I will have 16, 21 pounds 60. And I do need to put my pound sign in there because we are talking about the money, referring back to the question, not in my jottings though. Okay, now let's find out the value of the second expression, so 37% of £60. So 37% of £60 equals, right, 10%. I can do that again, that's really easy. 10% is worth 6. So 30% is worth 3 times 6, which is 18. 1% is worth 0.6 or 60 pence because we are talking about money. So 7% is worth 7. 0.6 is 7 6s are 42. Make it 10 times smaller, 4.2. So I can see that 37%, if I add those together, is going to be £22.20. Okay, so if I was paying for something, I'd certainly rather pay less. So you need to always think about the context. If it's a word problem, the context. Would you rather someone gave you, might give you a very different answer to which would you rather pay. So I would definitely rather pay the smaller amount, 27% of £80. So this is what you're going to be doing today. And I'm going to work through another couple of examples and I'll show you the format that they're going to be in. So let's try and move that up a bit. There we go. So we're going to be using our usual symbols for comparisons. There we go. So we have got our less than, our greater than and our equals symbols. Remember, the wide end always points towards the larger number. Big end, big number, small end, small number. So the first one, we're going to compare 25% of 80. I'm using really simple numbers. And we're going to compare that with 22% of 90. Okay, so we need to complete this number sentence. It's likely to be an inequality. It's not necessarily going to be equal. We're finding out which is larger or smaller, although they could be the same. So 25% of 80, well, I know 25% is a quarter, that's a known fact. So half and half again, 80 divided by 2 is 40, divided by 2 again. So that side is worth 20. I'll just do some jottings. 22% of 90, okay, I need to do a bit more jottings for that. So 10% would be 9, so 20% would be 18. And now I'm going to show you a crafty little trick. If I know what 20% is and I need 22, I don't need to find out 1% because 2% is 10 times smaller than 20%. So I need to make my 18 smaller and it's 1.8. So 22% is 18 and 19.8. Oh, they're close, aren't they? Okay, so in my comparison, 20 is definitely larger than 19.8. So I will put my greater than symbol in. And that's what you're going to be doing. So I'll give you one more example. And this is something else I just want to show you. And 45%. Now, remember when we were talking about fractions, times or multiplied by has exactly the same meaning as of. Okay, so if it was a third of 60, we could write as a third multiplied by 60. It's a third of a group of 60. It's exactly the same with percentages. So if you see a multiplication, please do not start multiplying by 5 by 500. It means 5% of. Remember, a percentage is another way of expressing a fraction. So they both mean of. I'm going to write that in. Of, and highlight it in blue. There we go. Of. Just in case you're tempted to go astray. So let's have a look. Oh, I bet I could do this one in my head actually, but you don't have to. So you could say, I'll do some jottings for you just in case. 10% of 500 is 50. So 5% is half of that, is going to be 25. Now this one, 45% of 60. Now I'm going to think about how the most efficient way of calculating 45% is. It's very close to 50. It's 50% minus 5%, isn't it? Well, 50% is really easy to calculate. 50% of 60 is half of 60, is 30. And if I know 50%, I can work out 5% by dividing by 10. So 5% is worth 3. Now I'm looking for 45, remember? So I need to subtract the 5 from the 50. I can see 45% of 60 is 27. 27 is greater than 25. Let's put my inequality symbol in, making sure the bigger end points to the bigger number. And that's what you're going to be working through today. Some simple values, some more complicated values. Then you need to start thinking about your explanations and the deep and it's quite interesting, okay? Really think about it. Draw models, draw visuals, see if you can work out what is going on. All right, thanks everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.